Hi everyone, happy to have you joining me back here at the cottage again today. In this video, I'm going to be discussing why it is so difficult for people to start the process of minimalism, and my hope is that this will serve as encouragement to you if you are beginning your journey and having some of these same thoughts and ideas. You've no doubt heard the phrase, if it's so easy, everyone would be doing it. And in today's modern society, we like those quick fixes, those simple life hacks to help make things a lot easier for us. We don't like to put in a lot of extra effort. We want instant gratification. But usually it's those hard-fought accomplishments that we actually end up cherishing the most and appreciating the most. And I would say that in my life personally, minimalism has been one such effort. The benefits of minimalism that my family experiences now did not come without extreme dedication and an effort towards moving towards that light at the end of the tunnel that we knew was there. We saw simple living as a prize to be won, and we were ready to go get it. Sadly, many people who wish to live this lifestyle actually stop short because of the hard work and hassle and also the mind games that come along with it. And so today I want to outline the 5 main reasons, the 5 main roadblocks that I have seen and heard people, their excuses for not starting minimalism. And my hope is that it will encourage you to push through them should you be facing some of these same thoughts yourself. First off, many people don't know where to start or when to start or what to start off with. Many times we can sense that disconnect in our lives, that feeling that something's not quite right, and we know we want to make a change. We might even know what we want to do, but then the thought of actually starting and going towards doing it can be overwhelming. Take a step back and think about this analogy with me. Somebody who isn't happy about their physical health decides that they want to run a marathon, but then they sit down and start thinking about all the things that go into planning for that event. They have to find the right shoes, they need to have the right gear, they need to plan their routes, make sure they're eating enough calories, and all of this can be super overwhelming to the point that they don't even want to lace up those running shoes to run that first mile. The truth is that for some things, the most difficult part is actually the start. You do not need to know every single step in the process in order to make progress. There are plenty of books and magazines and blogs and YouTube channels such as this one that can offer up tips and suggestions for you along the way. And I promise you, you will not be alone in this process, and the next step in the process will present itself when it is necessary. The second reason that many people don't start minimalism is because they don't want to be labeled as weird or different. I'll be honest, this one kept me from calling myself a minimalist for a long time, just because I didn't want people looking at me in a weird way. I think there used to be a lot of preconceptions about what minimalists were and what they did. There were people that only wore black, they didn't have any furniture, they had to sit on their floors, and things like this. A lot of those have been dispelled through the years, but back then I did worry what people would think when they heard that our family was practicing minimalism. But now that I'm further along on this journey and I've literally laid out our entire lifestyle for the internet here, it does seem silly to me to think about being judged in that way. In fact, I would say on a weekly basis, I have people coming up to me or texting me, letting me know that this channel has inspired them in some way. They will say things like, I had no idea that I could live without X, Y, or Z, but knowing that you don't have that in your life makes me understand and really think that I don't need it in my life either. And so that's pretty cool, and I don't feel weird talking to people about that anymore. And those type of comments are actually a great segue into the third reason why many people don't start minimalism, and that is because it is so ingrained in us from such an early age to not want to go without. We are worried we won't have enough of something, and that goes for the basic necessities in life. We want to make sure we have enough clothing available, we want to make sure we have enough food, and then that spills over into other aspects of our lives, such as making sure our kids have enough entertainment, books and movies and toys and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, the problem isn't with wanting to provide for ourselves or for our family. It's really a mindset issue. When we fear that we won't have enough, we are actually living with a scarcity mindset, and that is the holding on to the things of this world for fear of being left out or considered less than. And the problem is when you live with this type of scarcity mindset, nothing will ever be enough. You are never going to be satisfied or content because there's always more that you could get. There's more money that could be earned. There's more things that could be purchased. And it's really a vicious cycle that way. This constant striving for more was something that Craig and I did not want for our family, and so now we live with an abundance mindset, which really helps us feel much more content and secure. And sure, we may have fewer belongings than others, but we know that we can get by with what we have, and what we have is enough. The fourth reason that people hesitate to live a more minimalist lifestyle is because of the commitment factor. I've said many times throughout my videos that this is a journey and not a destination, and for some people, the idea that this process is never over, it's always ongoing, it's enough for them to want to wave the white flag immediately. I mean, let's be real here. When you're first starting out a minimalism journey, the chances are you're going to be neck deep in decluttering for quite some time, making those conscious decisions if you want to keep an item or not. And this is not only emotionally draining, it's physically exhausting. I can't say that the idea of going through this process day after day for months or maybe even years sounds like fun. It isn't fun. I've done it myself. I know it's not fun. But I can say that with each decision that is made, your confidence will grow, and this process will get easier as you go along. Just like as we talked about earlier in the analogy of the marathon, each mile is going to get easier. You are going to be building those muscles of decluttering, and the process will get more simple as the process goes along. I would challenge you with this thought though. Knowing that this is a journey and not a set destination should give you some level of comfort. For me, one of the greatest things is being able to look back at where we started and knowing that all the effort along the way has been paying off. And the fifth and final reason why minimalism is difficult for many people is that we tend to see items as extensions of ourselves. The items that we accumulate throughout the years, all of our belongings, do tend to tell a story about us. So those craft supplies that we have, they show people that we are creative. The fishing gear tells people that we like experiencing the outdoors, or if we have the latest cell phone, people know that we're interested in technology. Now this is kind of weird to think about, but if a stranger were to walk into your home without you present, they would be able to learn something about you just based on the things that you have inside of it. But they could never know you without meeting you face to face. We run the risk of holding our items in too high of a regard when we feel that we would be nothing without them. People who think that they won't be liked if they don't wear the right type of clothes or drive the right type of car, they are giving into a lie, which is a lie that was probably sold to them years ago through marketing or maybe through a toxic friend group. The truth is that you are complete in an empty room. I hope that that statement was powerful to you because it's just about everything you need to know in order to fully understand and subsequently embrace minimalism. You are complete in an empty room. I am complete in an empty room. Really, items are tools to help aid us in this life, but they are not you. They are just tools. I would say that understanding this part of minimalism has been the most profound aspect in my own life, and that is why I share time and time again that minimalism, the minimalist lifestyle, is so much more than just getting rid of excess stuff. It's about shedding those insecurities and all those lies that we have been told and accepted for all these years. I hope this video can help those of you watching today who are scared to take that first step in the journey. You may have doubts, you may feel insecure or inadequate, but if you are hearing that still small voice that's telling you it's time to make a change in your life and you believe it, then you are ready. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you'll stop by the cottage again really soon.